We go now to East London in the Eastern Cape. That's where we find ENCA reporter Xoli Mngambi. He joins us live. And Xoli, give us a sense of what's been happening in the good old Eastern Cape.
Well, thanks, Yuveka. Thanks for coming to us. We are, of course, coming to you live, as you say, from the Results Operations Centre in East London, in the city of East London. And that is where the Provincial Results Operations Centre is operating from. We are in the Regent Hotel. And to give us a sense, of course, of about what actually has gone on throughout this morning, how the polling stations have opened and whether or not there were any issues at all. I'm joined by Thamsanqa Mrhaji, and he is the Provincial Electoral Officer here in the province of the Eastern Cape. Mr. Mrhaji, thank you for giving us your time. Paint a picture for us of what it looks like at the moment. You've said to me already that we have about 4,615 voting stations. Have they all opened on time, and were there any issues to report?
Thank you, Xoli. The voting stations in the Eastern Cape, all 4,615. As we speak, those voting stations are all open now. But when we started earlier in the morning, we had some challenges. There were barricades on some of the roads to prevent access to the voting stations. For example, a number of voting stations in Sterkspruit, there were barricades on the road, and then together with SAPS assisted our staff to remove those barricades. But when they got to some voting stations, they still found that the station was locked. They had brought in their own illegal locks, but those were broken and the stations are functioning. We had an incident in Engcobo where there was a community protest early in the morning, also preventing access to the voting station, but that has also been resolved, and the same at the voting station in Tata. So generally, our voting stations, after some delay, but they are all operational as we speak.
Mr. Mrhaji, there's a report that has come through just before 11 o'clock from my colleague Sandy McCowan, who is in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. The station is called Blue Water Bay. It appears there that the scanner has broken down, and the queue is as long as you can imagine, because people have been standing there for about 3 hours, we are told, and some of them were so angry that they've actually left. How are you handling that situation? What is going on there?
Well, as soon as I got that report, I contacted the regional supervisor in Port Elizabeth. He seemed not to have been aware of that incident, but he immediately went on his way to take a new scanner, which is functioning to that place.
Know more. ENCA.com